If you're not doing it for somebody or something, the joy is gone. You're just an empty shell.
Hey, what's up? What's going on, everybody? You have now tuned in to my Black Ink Crew recap. Guys, be sure to subscribe to this channel if you have not yet done so. Also, be sure to share this video wherever you like to share videos. Okay. So I'm actually doing this a little bit different today. I decided to record this on my MacBook and see how it goes. So the quality will be a little bit different, but I'm trying to be able to do this a little bit faster. Normally, it takes me way too long to just edit everything, so I'm trying to get it up, bada bing bada boom. So let's see how this goes. So Dutchess has officially started her reign on Black Ink. So she's now officially there. She's in charge. She's running stuff. She's the HBIC, right? So Sky, she wasn't too happy about it, but she was like, you know what, I'm gonna comply regardless, even though she doesn't really feel like it. She's going to do it until she really doesn't feel like it. So Sky, she tells Dutchess that Tiffany Perez was talking mad crap about her, and Tiffany is just caught off guard, where the hell did this come from? It was like she just started snitching out the clear blue. But I mean, I understand what Sky was saying. If you're going to say it, own up to it. You was talking mad smack when she wasn't here. Now she's here. Let's address the issues and everything that you wanted to say. But she was just really not even talking about it anymore. So they argue, but it didn't get too crazy. So then Dutchess goes ahead and tells them all the things that she wants to do, her operation, Dutchess the takeover movement. She says that they're gonna remove the stripper pole, which it's unprofessional to have a stripper pole in the freaking tattoo shop or the boom boom room. All those things need to go. So yeah, she said that that's gonna be number one, is to remove that. She also wants to get the cleanliness together, because she said the only room that was looking good was the boom boom room, which is crazy. Probably because nobody really don't go in there, because Teddy wasn't getting no action. And she said tardiness, that's another thing they're going to have to work on. And finally, they're going to be doing random drug tests. So when Richard hears that, he actually looks like he was happy about it. The main reason is because now that can help with his sobriety, because he knows in order to maintain his job, he's going to have to make sure that he's sober and he's good, because they could do it at any time. So one little slip up, one little sniff is going to possibly cause him to lose his job. So, he's on his P's and Q's right now. Other than that, so following that, Tiffany, she actually looked like she was a little shocked and nervous when she was saying the random drug test. I wouldn't be surprised if she smokes or something like that, because she looked like her eyes was mad wide or whatever. Caesar and Dutchess, they go on a date, and he tells her that he wants an heir. I guess he thinks he's royalty because her name is Dutchess, and Dutchess is a royal kind of name. It represents royalty. So I guess, But yeah, he said he wants somebody to pass on his last name, because that's why he's working so hard to pass things on to generations. But if nobody's there, it's you're just an empty shell. It's what are you working so hard for? And I mean, it makes a lot of sense, but you don't know what you're gonna have at the end of the day. That's the thing that you gotta remember. He's pressuring her to have that baby boy, but I mean, you can will it, you can speak it into existence, but that doesn't necessarily mean that that's what your genes or that's what you're meant to have. And she says that she's not ready right now. She got her tattoo shop in North Carolina to worry about. Right now she's dealing with his second shop, and it's really overwhelming. That's not something that she really wants to take on right now. She just got so many things, and she's doing all these campaigns, and she's in tattoo magazines and all these other magazines. It's that's going to really throw a wrench in a lot of the things that she's trying to do right now. She was like, you need to be patient with me, and either if you're not, then you're gonna have your baby boy, just not with me. And I was like, well, hot diggity dog. You don't tell no dude nothing like that, because you giving him ideas, honey. And I did hear some rumors about him maybe possibly having some other baby, but I don't know. Oh, and shout out to Beyonce, we heard that she has twins, and you know, Twitter is going wild because of this. I'm just like, dang, I wish if I have a kid, Twitter will go wild like this. Well, maybe not, you know, because yeah. All right, so Tiffany and Bay, they seem to have gotten a little bit closer. Tiffany has this thing for her sister, like a memorial type of thing for her sister, who, I mean, not her sister, her aunt, who was killed through domestic violence. So I thought it was pretty nice of her to invite her, because she knows that all the things that Bay went through with her family, her father trying to put gasoline, like trying to kill her, like all the craziness. So it's very similar, although it's a different type of relationship. It's still somebody that's close to you. So yeah, her sister was killed by her sister's boyfriend. I mean, I keep on saying her sister, her aunt. And she said she was actually living there with them in Florida, but it was starting to get a little funky, so she ended up coming back to New Jersey and left her, and she just feels like if she was there, she probably could have helped her. And, you know, that's hard when you feel like you have some kind of guilt. You have those wish I did, or I wonder if I did, if this would have still had been the outcome. I feel like I could have saved her type of thing. And you, to be honest, you never really know, because you could have lived there and you could have went somewhere and it could have still happened. So you can't like really blame yourself for stuff like that. And I had to learn that as well when one of my friends was killed through a domestic violence situation, which I mentioned on my other channel in a storytime video. Richard tells Nikki what's her name? Chanelin, I think it's Chanelin Jones or something like that, to meet him at the Bronx 161st Street. Yeah, I done been to that courthouse many a times, boo. For my marriage, for my divorce, for everything. I done been there, honey. So, yeah, he tells her to meet him over there. And she's like, for what? They were supposed to, I guess, go on a lunch date or whatever. And when she comes over there, he's like, we're getting married today. And she's just like, give me 3 good reasons why we should get married today. And he gives her some reasons. He also has his little nuptials and all that. So she's just like, you know what? Let's do it. He even had a dress. Like, this guy had this all premeditated. Like, he was ready. He was on it. He's just like, you know, you're my biggest support system. And I guess he just doesn't really want to lose her, because she's something that he feels is bringing him up. And that's the thing that that kind of concerns me just about their relationship, is that I feel like he's putting so much on her. Like, pretty much his whole life he's putting on her, and it's a lot, you know. And jumping into marriage without even going through the struggles of living here in New York and him finding a job, I think that can, you know, be detrimental. And plus his, like I said, his whole sobriety and everything, like I feel like he could bounce back or revert back if she were to like leave him or break up with him or whatever. It would really, really take a toll on him, just because he's putting so much of his happiness onto her. Well, we'll see what happens. So yeah, they're married now. She is Mrs. What's his last name again? Richard Jones? No, Duncan. I always say the wrong name for this man. Richard Duncan. So she's Mrs. Richard Duncan. Okay. And Dutchess tells the crew that they're doing a 24-hour marathon to just kind of rebuild the shop, get this money up, and they're all down for the cause. Tiffany and Dutchess, they seem to have gotten to a much better place, which is awesome. And they had like a little chat or whatever, and Tiffany was really like, you know, just, she had a whole different tone, a whole different vibe, because she was face to face with the girl as opposed to talking about her behind her back. So now, yeah, they're like pretty cool or whatever. And Sky, she started to feel some type of way. Like, Sky was just acting real weird. Like, I don't know if she was high or what it was, but she was just, I feel like she was doing the most. And y'all know I'm usually like hashtag Team Sky, but I just felt like, why? You know, she was like kind of bullying the girl. She like was talking about her like, oh, she asked, Dutchess asked if she had any clients or whatever. She said she had a celebrity client, which was Mayo. And after that, it's like Sky was just acting real stupid. She went up in the girl's face and just started doing like this, and she's like, "Oh, I'm feeling a little weird like right now. Like you're hitting on me." And anybody would feel that way. Like the way she was looking into her eyes and doing all this sexual stuff. Yeah, it do kind of seem like she was hitting on her. So Sky is like, "What? Like you're doing too much. Like I will punch you in your face." Like Sky was just out of pocket. And Tiffany was like, "Nah, I'm not dealing with this." Like she straight went outside, took off her mic, like, "Nah, I'm not." You know, Bae is like, she was ready to jump Sky if needed. She was like, "Yo, I told her that I would have her back going forward, and I do. If she do something, I'm gonna jump on Sky." And I'm like, damn, we don't jump people in the hood. We not supposed to. That's not good. That's not how you get street credit. You get blacklisted for that. You know. But young Bae went out to go talk to Tiffany, and then Dutchess also went out to go talk to Tiffany, and it seems like everything was cleared up after that. Like Dutchess had to let her know, like, you can't be letting people bring you down. You can't be letting people that don't even have your talent make you walk away from something that you love to do, because at the end of the day, that means that they're winning and you're losing. So I think that kind of got her head back in the game and made her realize, like, damn, I can't let Sky win. Nah, I'm going back to do what I gotta do. So she comes back in. Mayno's already there. Sky was all, like, being extra with him. And, like, "Oh, I'll help you with whatever you want. Your tattoo artist ain't here." And then when she comes in, she walks right past everybody. Like, she just wanted to get in the zone, get into her little area, so she could be, like, away from all the craziness. And Sky was all like, "Oh, you see how she walked past you? She didn't even acknowledge you." And she's telling Dutchess she didn't even acknowledge him, and he's supposed to be the one. I felt like she was doing too much, because why are you letting him know things that he did not even see? You know what I mean? Like, he wasn't even thinking about that. She's like, "Oh, that's because I almost beat her up. That's why." Like, why are you telling him this? That's so unprofessional, and it's unnecessary. So yeah, she takes him to the, well, she didn't take him to the back. They had to send him to the back because she didn't want to come outside. She's just like, "Nah, I'm not, I wasn't going." Like, she explained to him, and they was cool and everything. See, I met Mayo before in the club when I was doing some club promotions, and I had some models that I was managing at the time, and he was alright, but his crew, they was real disrespectful, and they ended up having a fight in the club, hitting people with bottles. Like, it was ridiculous. We had to hurry up and get out of there, and we was in VIP close to them. And that's why, like I said, he wasn't really saying nothing. He was cool, but his crew, like, they was on some next level, and nobody even knew who they was at the end of the day. So that was the part that was like, what is wrong with y'all? Like, somebody takes you out with them when they got money, they buying the bottles and all that, and y'all just freeloading off of it, and y'all being wild disrespectful. Like, for what? But anyways, yeah, that was my experience with him. But now he's getting his tattoo done. Young Bae, she looks around because she's trying to find out where her tattoo stuff is so that she can start her tattoos. She had a client. She's looking around. She doesn't know where it is. Like, maybe somebody stole it, moved it, or what. So she goes into Tiffany's section to go talk to her. And Mayo's talking about "Oh, I thought she was coming to give me a massage." Like, what? So, you know, that pissed her off because of everything she's going through. And that was pretty racist to say. That's almost as bad as saying, like, "What, are you going to bring me Chinese food?" or something like that, without knowing her nationality, her ethnicity, or anything like that. So, and we all know she's Korean. So that was like a slap in the face to her. And she was like, "Yo, that was mad racist. Like, why would you say that?" She was like, "I don't care who you are. You ain't gonna talk to me like that." And luckily, Dutchess was able to, like, squash that real quick and tell her to go take a deep breath. So she ended up going in the car, and she was out. Like, Dutchess, like, she ain't coming back. While all this is going on, Ted goes to see Caesar trying to get his job back. And he's like, "Yo, there hasn't been any fights or nothing," because Caesar's like, "Nah, you can't get your job back right now." He was like, "Your family, so I'm not going to leave you out there in the cold, but you ain't going back right now." So I guess he got, like, a suspension type of thing, and he's probably going to bring him back, but just under a different type of position. Like, he probably trying to think of something that he can have him do, especially since he's not a tattoo artist. he's not a receptionist, so it's like, what's next? Maybe he could be a something, or, you know, like an assistant manager or something like that. Donna needs money, so she goes to a pawn shop to go pawn her jewelry. When she does, she melts it down and everything. I felt like she should have tried to get an estimate of how much the thing was going to be worth. He told her it was worth like $1,500 or something like that, or 10 or something like that. She thought she was going to get like at least $900. They melted that joint down, gave her a little piece of gold, and told her, okay, we can give you about $150 for that. I'm like, wow. Like, at least they could have told her so she could think about if she wants to, like, really go through all that before she actually did it. I know I wasn't going to melt down my jewelry, and then you tell me how much it's worth after? Nah, bruh. Like, that's crazy. What about the diamond? Like, was a diamond even real? I guess the diamond wasn't real neither. It was probably a zirconia, because he didn't even give her nothing for the diamond. He was just like, we could remove the diamond, we could melt down the gold. What else happened after that? So, I think... Oh, so when... After that whole fiasco at Black Ink 113th, Dutchess is like outside or whatever, you know, because she was dealing with that situation, and Sky again is going off, and she's just like, oh, why y'all up here and y'all don't, why, no, aren't y'all feeling some type of way that y'all here and y'all not getting no tattoos done? Then one girl's like, oh, I have an appointment with Dutchess at 7 o'clock. Mind you, it was dumb dark outside, so unless that was in like recently, like in the fall, then, and it looked like it wasn't the fall because everybody was wearing just like regular clothes. Nobody had on no jackets. That was probably the summer. That's the summer. 7 o'clock, nah, boo. So that means that was about 9-10 o'clock that this girl's been waiting all these hours for. And so she was getting upset, irate. I would get irate too. Like, I'm sitting here all this time and nobody's even acknowledging me, or the fact that, you know, I'm here to get a tattoo. So Sky is like, alright, I got you. She goes to tell Dutchess, like, oh, she's out. You have a client. She's been here since 7 o'clock and she's irate. So Dutchess is mad. Like, Sky has one job to do. She's the receptionist. She's supposed to let me know when I have clients. Why didn't she let me know? You know, and she's out there running around, like, trying to fix this problem with Sky and Tiffany Perez. Then she's over here trying to fix the problem with Young Bay. Like, she's doing a little bit of everything. And she, of course, I'm no Dutchess fan, but you gotta say when somebody's right and somebody's wrong. And things wasn't really done correctly. I would have been upset too, like, because at the end of the day, that's her reputation, because she could be on Twitter like, oh my god, I'm waiting here forever for a Dutchess to do my tattoo. You know what I'm saying? Like, those things make you look bad. Like, social media is real. Social media can make or break you depending on who sees these tweets or Instagram messages or whatever. So, you know, she was upset about that. She even, like, pushed the camera people, like, out the door, like, nah, y'all gotta move. She even, like, it looked like one of them got his eye hurt because when she pushed the camera. But then Sky, I guess she started getting herself back together. Sky was like, look at me, like, I'm talking to you girl to girl, like, you need to chill, you need to get yourself together, go outside, take a deep breath or whatever. So she goes, she talks to her man, and she's just like, I can't do this anymore. I'm going back to North Carolina because this is crazy right here. They wildin'. Like, you know, it's out of control and I'm not doing it. And she's like, he talking about he want a baby. He don't even want to come deal with this shop over here. And she's just like done. So I don't know what's really going to happen with that whole situation. But yeah, she was pissed off at the end of it all. But that's pretty much it. They showed like some coming attractions for some upcoming shows, and it looks like Dutchess and this chick is really going to actually fight, her and Tiffany Perez. And it also looks like this dude and his wife is going to start having issues, which, you know, I mean, hopefully they can just get through whatever it is. But thanks for watching, guys. Oh, let me see you guys. Be sure to stay fabulous, live free, and soar limitless. I'll see you in the next one. Later.